Probably shouldn't pull myself up.
All right, we're off on another adventure. Van on the back. Check this out. Dan was travelling down from Mackay the other day and his awning fell off. What's going on, Dan?
Yeah, fixing it back up, putting a new bracket on. Hopefully this one's a bit better.
Hopefully.
But we'll see.
All right. So this time we're heading down to, or just over to Esk, not too far away. So we've got Dan and Anna coming along, and also Kian and Carly are heading off as well. What are you guys doing in the back here?
Oh, we're trying to figure out how to mount this esky.
How to mount an esky? Why don't you just put it in the back? All right, Esk, here we come.
Yeah.
So anytime before I leave to go on a little trip or a big trip, I'm very stringent on my checklist discipline. So I've got 4 checklists in total. I come from aviation background, so we use checklists all the time. So I've tried to format my checklist as close to what we use in aviation because it's very simplified. It's proven. It's been proven for a long time. So for instance, here we go. The first one, I use my items checklist. So it's things like, I just wrote down clothes, toiletries, food, drinks, beer, wine, soap for the shower, things that you can refill that might not be in the caravan, or things that you take with you every time, like certain clothes depending on the weather, etc. The next one is my planning checklist as well, so I'll put it up on the screen here for you. Things like, make sure that the toilet's prepared, that I've got the blue loo in there, that I've filled my water tanks, that the gas bottles are full enough for whatever we're doing. I'll also turn the fridge on, pre-cool it. I've got a 3-way Thetford fridge over here, so I just put that on 240 before I leave home. I'll pull the mirrors out. I've got the clear view mirrors now, so I'll just pull those out. Make sure that the in-car camera's fitted for the camera on the back of the caravan. Make sure my cordless drill, that it's charged as well, so I can use that to put the struts up and down. And if it's cold, the diesel heater, just make sure that's full, although I haven't used a tank in about 2 years, and I've used it a fair bit. And then the most important one for me, and I'll run you through what I've done, is the departure checklist. So things like the TV antenna lowered, the windows are closed and locked, roof vents closed and locked. I'll make sure the blinds are open. Any loose equipment in the caravan is secured. Cupboards are checked and locked. The shower vent is closed. The shower head's on the floor in a plastic bag. The light's off and the door's latched. The ensuite, so the vent's closed. The toilet's closed as well. You don't want that thing splashing around if it's full. All the lights are off and the door is latched. So just that little one, the door latch. Can you imagine if that's not latched and you're driving down the road, you slam on the brakes or a bit of a bump, and that just smashes bang into the fridge there. If it's hard enough, it could break it. So little latch, as simple as that. How easy would that be to forget if you don't have a checklist? My control room, so all my switches are off, so I make sure my water pump's off and everything else that needs to be there. All my rubbish is removed. Don't want that smelly during the day when you're driving down the road for 8 or 10 hours. My struts are raised. Imagine driving away with those things scraping down the road. Is connected with the hitch locked, the cover on, the leads in place, the chain's connected, and my breakaway system is secured. Jockey wheel is stowed. My handbrake's off. Gas off. All my external doors are closed and locked if required. My fridge is now set to 12 volt, although I normally leave this on auto, and as soon as I hook the car up it goes to 12 volt anyway. I've hung all my keys back where they go in the control room that I've called it. All my lights are off. Doorstep stowed. My awning is secured, just ensuring that the top rails are secured. Sometimes it'll look like it's up, but it may not be secured. Vehicle and van lights, I'll then check. Get the wife to stand at the back while I operate the lights. And then a final check under, around, above the van and around the vehicle as well to make sure we haven't left any tent pegs or any rubbish. And then the door closed and locked. So that's my departure checklist, the most important one. So yeah, that's just a little bit on my checklist discipline that I tend to use all the time. And the reason I made up the checklist in the first place was because an old bloke pulled me up when I was dumping the toilet at the first place we ever stayed, and my shower, it was the outside shower was dangling down the back as we started to drive off. So yeah, I use that all the time religiously. Anyway, all right, we're heading off to Esk.
I hate tents.
Tents are great. When are you going to get a caravan?
When am I going to get a caravan? I have no money to even pay for my rent, so probably never.
Camp trailer is the way to go.
Might have to use my caravan.
Yeah, can I use a caravan, please?
There you go.
Thanks.
And good, Dan, feet are on the ground.
Feet on the ground, off to a good start. There we go.
Adapting and overcoming because we're lazy. Keep going back and then come in closer. I'm following you.
So what's the plan?
Moving it here. We can have the awning to touch the top of this, but I'm a little bit stupid and thought it was going to touch the side of it, but no. This is my idea. This is not Kian's.
I think I should just be in charge of pretty much everything.
I broke it.
What did you just say, mate?
I should be in charge of everything here. I drove, it's my car. It should all just be me.
Oh my god!
So I'm just about to fall down a hill here.
Cheers. Curry powder to it. That's supposed to be really good.
Oh, yeah.
I'll message Mum and get her to send me the recipe.
Yeah.
He drinks it in the morning. I'm like, do you want like a coffee or a hot chocolate?
So we're just going in the pool. Yeah, we'll be back in a second. We're just going to the pool. You've got to park here in the fur baby parking.
Don't do it.
Hey!
Underwater cowboy.
The whole thing.
So is this a camping braid?
Yep, camping braid.
Does it turn out like a normal braid?
Yeah. But camping edition. Yeah.
Where are we going?
The pub.
What are we going to do?
Drink some beer, eat some dinner, you know, some chicken schnitties.
So we've turned up the pub and there's no one here.
Got told we didn't have to book in because there's only 2 bookings tonight, and we rock up. There's no one here, not even the bar staff. No taps are running.
Maybe because of COVID.
Yeah,
maybe there's enough.
COVID.
Yeah, not enough people left. Anyway, well, they're already off. Let's go down to the IGA and grab some Barbie stuff and maybe cook something back at the van.
Got beers in the fridge at least, so
It's the main thing.
Very good.
As soon as the pub's closed on a Sunday in Esk, what are we cooking?
We're cooking hamburgers.
On hamburgers tonight.
Let's check this out.
Nice little cooker. Made sure it worked before we come. Never used it.
All right, the mattress is pumped up. It's almost dark. Check out the bats, Kean. Look up.
Oh, look! Wow, my god! Kind of majestic, don't you think?
There's heaps, as long as they don't shit on us.
Yeah. Let's go. Look at them all.
Yeet! Let's go. We're on a mission. Let's go.
Harry's marking his territory again. Every pole.
Every pole. I don't think anything.
Who's this unruly mob hanging around in front of Chrissy's chemist? This is our oldest daughter's pharmacy. She just happens to be working in today. Working while we're bludgeon. Are you ready for the invasion?
Oh my god, don't. Hello.
Where's Hamish? I don't know where he went.
Oh.
There. Where'd Mum go? Ready? There she is.
Oh, now did he?
So Dan's got a 2015 PX1 Ford Ranger. Nicely decked out actually. It's a pretty good little system here. We've got the dual drawers in the back here with a slide out fridge on top. But yeah, what I wanted to show you was his dual battery system. So he had the original battery system just with your VSR between your start battery and your secondary battery. But check this unit out. What do you got, Dan?
So I got the King's control panel here, and I got it all wired up to my dual battery system. I just got it set up just about a week ago. Also, over here, just got this other little control switch up there too, with the readings of the voltage and everything.
Plenty of outlets.
Yep, so this voltage reading on this one, that's my starter battery, and the one over at the back here is the one for the rear battery, which is what everything's plugged into, like the fridge, any lights and anything like that.
So they're all live right now?
Yeah, all these ones, so we've wired it up different, so all these ones here, they're always live.
What about those switches?
These switches, yep, these switches underneath, so we've just got them hooked up to all these, just these orange wires here.
So that's for future appliances that you'll connect up later on?
Yeah. So if I want to hook up any more lights or just hardwire or anything, then it's all hooked up to that, and that's just switched on with a switch.
Yeah,
Easy as that.
Nice. And the DC to DC charger down here as well?
Yeah, it's got the C-Tech DC to DC. So that's just goes from the front starter battery into the rear auxiliary battery here, and it just charges it.
Nice, and even has a solar input as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, so solar input's just here, and got it running up through the inside of the canopy, and just have your Anderson plug up just behind the roof rack, tucks in nicely there. And yeah, so when later on when I get a permanent solar panel, I can just keep that on my roof, always plugged in. And
yeah, nice.
Yeah, and with this charger here as well, obviously when the car's running, it uses it goes off the alternator and charges from that. But once I pull up at camp or whatever, it'll just switch straight to solar if the solar's already in.
Yeah, so it's automatically
picks
detects what the input's going to be. And
it picks whichever power is like the best power supply for it.
Yeah.
Then this little one here, this is just a battery protector. So if this battery gets too low, or if this battery was to get too low, it would just drain the battery and sort of kill it, and just over time it gets worse.
Yeah. So it gives a battery longevity.
So yeah, what it does, I'll just set it up, got Bluetooth on my phone, I'll set up the voltage I want it to shut off at and what I want it to turn back on at, and yeah, it works a charm.
Awesome. Well, thanks, mate.
Yep.
Good little rundown of a good dual battery setup.
Yep. Oh, and just another one quickly down the front here, just if I want it, any reason, just got the battery switch off.
Oh, basically a kill switch.
Yeah, just trips it out.
Yeah, nice.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well
nice
done.
and easy.
Good setup, mate.
Yeah, cheers.
All right, I'll show you how this works, right? You know the dump point I just showed you? Pop's going to show you how to empty the toilet cassette.
Oh, you're not going on my shoulders, okay.
Hang on, you're going to wear it if you do that. Just in case you want to go to the airport, and this can be also some luggage as well, so I'll show you what. Ready? Put that down there. Pull that out there, and then drag it to the car. Like a little airport luggage thing. And then I'll show you where it gets dumped.
We're going to the dump point to drop all of our turds off.
Now you've got to be really careful with this, okay, because you don't want to get any of this on you. So what we do, we pick that up, we open that up, and then we want to make sure that spout goes in there. We just open that up. Now make sure you don't get anything on you. Don't get too close. And then there's a little button just there, so it lets the air out. So when I pour it in, you'll see all that.
Ew. Why is it green?
Because it's a chemical that I put in there.
Breaks everything down.
Where's the paper?
It's in there. Alright, and then what we do, we just rinse it out a couple of times. But just make sure you don't get your hands dirty with it, because remember it's food. Alright, now once we're happy that it's all rinsed out.
Why does it smell like wee so much?
Because it is wee. Make sure you wash this down, so for the next person that comes along, it's really nice and clean. So that's how you empty the caravan toilet. What do you reckon, boys? Easy, hey? Hey, girls,
Hey!
what do you reckon? We'll give the pub another go.
Yeah, hopefully
It's now
not
Monday
closed.
night, so surely they're going to be open.
If it's closed,
your
then we got a
lead?
problem.
Hey Carly, where's your lead?
What would you like to do?
She wants to do a multi-day hike to the Brisbane Valley Rail Trail.
Oh. That was a funny thing
Yeah, I went to step over it, but it was like...
So expensive.
It's literally
So we made it.
And
Getting
what,
my Great Northern.
what? Salad.
This is really good.
Oh, more videos.
Mmm.
Nice.
Fell out of my mouth.
Where is it?
Right there.
Oh.
You don't like it? Where'd it go?
Let me eat it.
Good.
You feel out of my
Can I have your gravy? You didn't cook the egg very well.